Part of what makes a game interesting to play is the environment that you can explore. Now, in our game, we've only got our room, but we can expand it out and have an open world, something similar to this. We won't do anything quite as fancy or as good looking, but we can still have an open world that you can be free to explore. It can have grass and plants and rocks and hills and mountains, and we can do a pretty good job of making it a fun place to explore with our character. We've decorated our room and we've added a door so that we can escape out and enjoy the world. However, there is nothing out there in the world, so if we do leave, we die. What we need to do is create a open world for us to explore. Right now there's nothing, but we can add a landscape that includes an open world environment for us to move around in. The best way to get a picture of what we're trying to do is to move your camera view so that you are really high up, kind of like a bird flying in the sky over your room. I just want you to zoom way out and make your room kind of small, something similar to this. And then to start creating our landscape, we have to change the mode of editing that we're in. So we're going to go up to the toolbar, click where it says modes, and choose landscape. Now you'll notice that you have a green grid. This is showing you how big your world will be. This is the limits of your world. Over on the left side here in the landscape panel, on the section that says material, go ahead and click this drop down menu and search for grass. And you can choose the bottom one that says ground grass. Just click that and you'll see it appear over on the material. Don't change any of the other settings, just change the material so we have a grassy ground, and then go ahead and click the create button. It may take a while, it may appear gray on your screen, but eventually this will pop in with the green material and it'll look like some grass. You'll notice that your cursor has now changed to a white circle, a white brush is what we call it, and that's what we're going to use to build up our landscaping with some hills and mountains and things like that. So using this brush, you're kind of going to use it like you would a paintbrush, and use the left mouse button to gently hold it down and just brush back and forth, and you'll see little hills start to form everywhere that you click. Now there's a couple of tools that you need to be aware of as you're building up those hills and mountains. Over here on the left side we have two tools to be aware of. The first one is the brush size. Right now my brush is quite wide. You can drag the slider and make that brush size even smaller so you can do some more detailed work. You can get it as small as you want. Maybe you've zoomed in really close and you need to do something very small and close up, so you can make that brush smaller. Or if you're doing just some big dramatic scenery, you can make that brush size really big and just do a whole bunch at once. The other tool setting to be aware of is the tool strength. This is how fast or how powerful the tool works at creating mountains. If I were to just hold down the left mouse button, it would get really tall really fast, and that would just be obnoxious and not work, would not look natural at all. When you walked out there playing your game, that wouldn't look good at all. I'm going to undo that by holding down the control key on my keyboard and pushing Z. Control Z will undo the last thing you did, so I can get rid of that. And instead I can make my tool strength, I can drag this smaller so it's a lower number, And then when I hold it down, it doesn't get as big as fast just holding it down. It kind of slows it down. So I have some more control over that. So holding down the left mouse button helps me build up, like I'm building hills or mountains. If I hold the shift key and click with the left mouse button, it pushes down instead. Left click goes up and shift plus left click goes down. And you can do all sorts of things with these two tools, so with the left click and with shift clicking. If you can build up your hills and your mountains, but with that shift click, you can now build an indent, which could be a place for a pond or a lake, or I can make even a riverbed by just holding shift and dragging across and make a path. And so now I've got a nice riverbed going across my scenery, and I could fill that up with water, which I'll show you later. We have an assignment to add some water, but you could make a nice river there. Two of the buttons that you would want to be aware of on the Sculpt tab are Smooth and Flatten. Smooth will take a rough area. For example, if I look over here, it's kind of rough going through here, but if I use the Smooth tool, I'll kind of do just what it says. It kind of flattens it out, smooths it a little bit, so it's not as bumpy. And then another tool is the Flatten tool. Let me build this up a little bit. So I have an area here. Maybe I want to have build a room or a city or a flat area for some reason. I can use the Flatten tool and click on that area, and it will just flatten it out. So now I could build another room, a hut, a house, or something up on that flat area that I've got right there. Okay. So those are some of the tools that you can use to build up your landscaping. This is your game, so you can build it up however you want. However, we need to make sure everything is natural and that you can move around in it. So we're not going to do anything obnoxiously. Oops, we need to be on the Sculpt tool. So we're not going to do anything obnoxiously tall like this. That would just not look good, and you can't climb up around it and explore. So try to make things as natural as you possibly can. You should have some really tall mountains. You should have some low areas. You should have some short hills. You should have maybe a canyon, a place where you could put a lake or some water. And then after we have all of that in, we can start decorating our landscape as well. So let's see what this looks like as we play our game. If I push play and exit out my door, originally we had this whole flat area, but now as I come around my room where I was adding the hills, now I've got some hills and some mountains. You can make these as tall as you want, as close as you want to the room. But notice that these are all places where my character can run up and down, walk around. I've got some indents, places where water might be. Might have a waterfall. I could have a lake over here. But I've got a fun, natural environment to explore and add to. There's ways that I can decorate my world with trees and rocks and things like that. To get out of that, I need to go back to my Place Actors panel. So I'm going to close the Landscape panel by clicking this little tiny X in the corner of this tab. And back in in the Content browser, I'm going to open up Infinity Blades Grasslands by clicking the triangle. I'm going to go to Environments, and then I'm going to go down to the Plains folder. And inside Plains, if I go to the Organic folder, In that static mesh folder, there's some huge rocks that I can use to simulate rocks on the mountainside. I can just drag them in. I can push them down into the dirt so that maybe only a little bit shows, but someplace else maybe I want even more. I can use these to make cliffs on the side. Put them on the side of a mountain, make it a rocky mountain, make some paths with those or block some areas. I can use those as much as I want. There's all sorts of rocky features that I can leave there. So again, as I play my game and come over and explore those areas, I would find not just a green, grassy world, but a natural, rocky plus grass world. In addition to rocks and plants, I can go to the miscellaneous folder, and in the first one, Deco 1, that static mesh folder has a pine forest that I can add to my world. So I can just drag that up, and now I've got a forest of trees, and I can add as much as I want. I can make a large forest and add several of those. I could turn them so they're not all facing the same way, don't look all alike. I can kind of make a scrambled forest. And I can decorate my world however I want. So that makes a fun open world environment that you can create for your character to wander around to, and we can add to make a very interesting game.